Boom! Space Engineers. Test video 1. Well, no, like test video 97. Welcome back to a game on my channel. Like, how long has it been since that happened? I am playing Space Engineers. I'm messing with my mouse here. Getting it where I like it. That will work for now. Okay. Space Engineers, I have explained in other videos, is basically sandbox voxel game. You mine resources, you use resources to build these crazy ships, and then apparently you fly them into each other. Because look, like, why wouldn't you want to do that? That actually does kind of look like fun. Just to be in one of those ships, watch it explode. So what we're gonna do, start a brand new world, custom world. I've been messing with these, but there's just so much going on that I don't have a grasp of everything, and then monsters come and everything dies. I do want to get to the point where I can do a star system, because I think jumping between planets sounds like loads of fun. But let's start here. To me, this is one of the easiest, although I think it's actually supposed to be harder because there's not much there. Let's call it well, let's let it be Lone Survivor 2. Sure. I'm going to do it in survival mode. It's going to be purely offline map. We might do multiplayer maps later if I can find friends who also have this game. But that being said, let's get started. While it's loading, I'll talk about the game a little bit. It's a cool game. I should have looked up the... Oh, hey, look. I'm already into it. All right. So, we are starting with this platform. We have a medical room. We have a gravity generator. We have an oxygen generator. We have a lot of noise going on here. Give me just a second. Okay, so hopefully that's a little bit better. But in here, oxygen tanks, let me hang on to one of those, some ice. We also have, this is our nuclear reactor, which has got a little bit of uranium, but not a whole lot. We have here our assembler for making components, but it's got nothing in it to make components out of. We have our refinery for refining ores into ingots to make things in the assembler, but again, nothing in the inventory. Is that 3 magazines or 3 bullets? I think it's 3 magazines. Alright, well, I got some ammo if I need it. That'll be good. So let's start with where I like to start. Jetpack on. And just kind of look around. So this is our beacon. Be able to see it from at least 15 kilometers away. That is the only close planetoid I see in this direction. We'll search for more here in a minute, but let's just fly around real quick. See what we can see. Looks like we got ore here. This looks like uranium. Is it? Oh. This is uranium. Oh, good. We're going to need that. That's fuel for basically everything. And then I saw some iron. Oh, and gold. Okay. Iron, gold, and uranium. So let me mine up a pocket full of uranium. What's this? More uranium? I don't know what this is. It's not iron. I don't think it's uranium. Is this? Does that say ice? Where's the other one go? Let's go pick it up. Ice! Oh, perfect. So where I want to start is ice and uranium. So that will keep you alive. So to start, we have basically this hand drill and it breaks off chunks of ore, which we then have to go collect. That's a pain. So once we get enough iron and uranium, I'm just going to fill up an inventory of each, and then that'll be enough to last us for a while. Once we get there, our next goal, I think, is going to be building a ship. And our first ship should be a drill ship. And I don't really know how to lay out a plan for a ship. I think there's a way to do that. You might need like a projector item. But once I get these two things filled, I will bring you back. And then we will discuss where to go next. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, I had to bring you back in to show you what's going on here. I have so far lost tons of uranium just falling into the sky. Every time I try and do it, pick up a piece, and the experienced people know what's going on. And oh, look, as soon as I get, there it goes, this one. See how they just kind of escape from me? What's going on there? Well, if you look in the lower right, you will see a little arrow. That's my gravity. I have a freaking gravity generator up here that is throwing all of the uranium away. So let me fix that here real quick. Let's just F to jump in the suit or in the seat. K to open the console. Where's my gravity generator? Gravity. So we got here, we have field width, which is, I think, so it's based on the orientation of the generator. I don't actually know which side is forward, but width is left, right, height, depth is forward, back, and height is up, down. So we could turn this way down, and we'd still have gravity on the platform, and none at the uranium. Let's try that. Let's take it all the way down to 14. Plus that lowers our power usage. So we have gravity here. Go down to the uranium and see if it's see, now we're out of the gravity. And now I can mine this uranium safely. This thing that just bit us in the butt is going to come back here in a minute. See how they're not flying away anymore? And I can just pick them up. So this is going to come back in a big way. We're going to use it in a minute. But for right now, without the gravity, they sit still and I can go pick them up. I do still think it's kind of annoying that I have to go pick them up. So I would like it if I could get a ship, because ship-based drills, turn my lights off, so dark. Ship-based drills do not require or will automatically pick up some of the stuff that you mine. What's that you say? Some of it? Don't you want all of it? I sure do. And we'll get there in time. What's my inventory look like? Volume is not a whole lot. Mass is a fair amount. So once we get this stuff refining, bring it right back and we'll discuss the next step. Okay, and we're back. I've got a full inventory. Volume is down there is 40,001. Towards mass. And I have some enemy signals. They are headed away. Good. Mining, transport, and antenna. Okay. As long as they're headed away, I'm good. I don't have really much in the way of weapons to deal with them yet. I think SPRT is Space Pirate, but I can't be sure. Dug a sizable hole in there. What we're going to do now is fly up here over to the refinery, drop off all this ice, no, drop off this uranium, get that refining, go back over to the oxygen generator, drop off all this ice, Now, what have I got here? My energy is not as down as it should be for the purpose of this demonstration because I sat in the chair and that restores it. But using the drill uses energy, using the jetpack, a little bit, but mostly hydrogen. So next, what we want to do is kind of go exploring because we've got iron and gold here. I want nickel, I want silicon, I want cobalt. Let's find some of that stuff. Before we do, an extra oxygen bottle, we might be out for a while. Go over here to the medical room and use it. It's going to fill up our energy, our oxygen, and our hydrogen. And it'll only do those when it is powered, which it is by being connected to the reactor, and connected to oxygen generator, which it is here. So if there's ice in the oxygen generator, it will produce hydrogen and oxygen supplied to the medical room. Gravity generator. Was there anything nearby that I could see? That's in the way of the enemies. That's about the only one I really see. Oh, this is going to be a fun world to play in. So let's go there. So I'm going to point at it, and I'm going to W to accelerate. I'll watch the speed down below in the bottom left, and when it hits full, turn off the dampeners, and we'll start talking about what that means. So there is a system called the inertial dampeners, and they basically try and keep you still. If you're spinning, if you're moving or anything, it will fire your thrusters or your gyroscopes opposite to your motion to stop it. There's no air here. There's nothing for me to friction against, so I just keep going infinitely until the inertial dampeners turn it off, or until I do. So you point in a direction, turn the dampeners off, and then you go without spending any extra energy. Currently it's spending energy keeping me basically alive. It looks like I'm missing by a bit. So it's good a time as any to discuss flight controls. With WASD are to move in a plane, so forward, backward, left and right strafing. Q and E, roll. Space and C will control you vertically. I need to move toward it a little bit this way, so C pushes me a little bit down, a little bit further down, and now I'm headed straight for it. When I get closer, I'll turn my dampeners back on. We'll start exploring. So let's see what we've got at this little island here in space. Can I still see my base? Woo, we're a long way away. This is a very empty sky. Huh. Alright. I think that's good out to 15. And I want to be this way. Let's start slowing down. What do we get here? More uranium? Looks like more uranium. Oh no, silicon. I do need that. Keep note of that. Oh yes. There's an inside. So we have ice and iron. Yeah, it looks like ice, iron, and a little bit of silicon on the surface. Oh, peeks through. Okay. Well, let's pick up the silicon because we can get ice at home. I don't really want a full inventory of this because I do want to kind of explore for other resources. So let's make our goal 4 kilograms of silicon. I had a professor who would get really quite perturbed if you did that the wrong way, since they are very different things. Silicon being an element and a semi-metal, and silicone being, I think, a kind of plastic. It's a polymer thing. So we'll do this until we're at about, yeah, 5 kilo. Perfect. Okay, and I thought I saw some, I didn't see a way out here. Stone can be mined and used for gravel. Gravel is used for thruster components, not much else though. There were other rocks around here, yeah. Got that dark one there. Let's hit up this one. It's not too far away. See what's around it. I'm really hoping for nickel and cobalt. Oh, this is really quite close. Okay. Just ice. A little bit of uranium. A bit of iron on the backside, or no, iron in the core of it. Uranium, iron, ice, uranium, iron. We got that silicon. What about this rock? I'm going to have to set some waypoints here. I don't know if I like doing that. It kind of feels like cheating, you know? Like, why have beacons if you've got waypoints, right? Dark ice. Ice and iron. Ice and iron. We have both of these things at home. Looks like just ice and iron. I was heading a little bit closer to home, so that's good. And cruise. Lonely out in space. All by myself. What? Alt zoom wasn't working. And pause. So what we're going to do is basically hop from asteroid to asteroid, find resources. Once I get some nickel, some cobalt. Hey, cobalt. Let's just take the cobalt. Which looks like it's buried a bit. So let's make the hole on the side facing, and then if you left click like we've been doing, right, you mine a bit. I can pick up a little bit of stone. I don't really want that much stone. If you right click, which I kind of want to get as close to it as possible, so let's go in the crevice here. It removes a huge section, probably takes more energy, but it does not produce much like usable material, which is great if you just want to get to the cobalt at the middle here, which I do. I don't like leaving stuff lying around. And stone can be processed, so I will fill up my inventory on cobalt and stone, mostly cobalt. Head back to process. Probably mark this site. Actually, let's do that right now. Let's step out so that we don't hit it coming in. And then K gets me to my console. I don't know what the GPS code is. New from current position. Bullet fodder 1. This is cobalt. Current position, show on HUD. I don't want to make it always visible though. And there it is saved. Hop out of the console and we can go back in. And then I guess when I'm back, oh, there's out of inventory. So let's point at the base, turn off our dampeners, kick off. We'll be using the same process with ships. Interesting thing about using ships in this game, I don't think ships move faster than your rockets. I actually think your rockets move faster. And this is so that if something screws up, you get kicked out of your ship, you can chase it down and get it, right? You don't just watch it fly off into space and then it's gone forever. But ships will allow you to carry and do a lot more. So it's to your benefit to build them anyway. All right, well, I've probably done a decent amount. So I will see you all in the next episode, which is going to be me going over refining and assembling, and we're going to start building that ship. All right, so talk at you next time.